I was poking around some promising looking areas, and look what I just happened to find. It's a nice looking adit underneath that huge boulder right there. This is obviously old itself, but it seems to run under the even older open surface or open pit workings. Seeing this for the first time myself. This looks pretty sketchy by pretty much any definition. It looks like it's a small opening I can keep crawling through back there. Yeah, this boulder here on top is extremely solid, but I'm just looking at all the stuff that's come down inside, which is not a pretty sight. You can see the remains of some timbers, support timbers down there, and what I assume is lagging right there. You can see why the miners wanted them, given how much stuff has come down, and you can also see that they're not doing their job anymore. Huh. Well, there's only one thing to do, and that's to get into it. So I will start making my way through this and go check out that opening there, because it looks like the next big obstacle for us. Alright, this is slow going. See a better view of the timbers down there. I'm assuming that down there is the original bottom section of the adit, but as you can see, I'm well above that now, given how much material has come down. And these are pretty significant sections that have caved. Heading up there. Another huge boulder right here. And of course it also looks like it could come down at any time. This is the kind of material I'm having to very delicately move over because I don't want to disturb anything, so you can see why it's slow going. More timbers down there, obviously, and there. And here's a look at the ribs of the adit. They actually don't look too bad in most sections. And again, we're heading there. It looks a bit easier now. Now I can see more of it to get over that way if we have to. So I'm confident we'll be able to keep going at least past that section. Alright, I've reached the first big obstacle. I'm standing up on top of it now. Looking ahead, doesn't really look like it gets any better, does it? Unfortunately. You can see that's the big rock that we saw from the portal, which is just back there, as you can see. But yeah, it's definitely a mess back here, as you can see. And this isn't that old. This isn't like hundreds of years old. Given the state of these timbers, I would guess, given how wet it is here, maybe World War I, maybe up to a little bit before World War II, I would guess. So, this is just unstable ground. No ifs, ands, or buts. Show you some of the geology in here, because I know there are a lot of geologists in the audience. A lot of iron in here. Alright, let's keep making our way forward slowly. Again, you can see all the support timbers they had in here, which obviously were needed. Alright, looking ahead, keeps running back that way. Doesn't look like it gets any better at all, unfortunately. Another view looking ahead. I'm just slowly making my way through these piles of rubble. Here's a look at the top of the adit, or the back, as the miners call it. Look at the ribs. lot of geology here. And a lot of busted up broken timbers. And looks like it bends up there. Okay. So here's a whole gallery of timbers here. And yeah, it looks like it bends. It does something up there. I can't tell if it bends or what happens up there. That's kind of a cool picture. Those timbers going down like that, like fingers on a hand almost. Okay, I'm finally down close to the floor of the adit. You can see the dirt right there. I'm just about on that level. And then there's the back or the top of the adit right there, so you can get a better sense of how large this adit was. I haven't seen any sign of rail, but I don't know if I would, given that it could be buried under all this material, or it could have gotten yanked out in World War II. Alright, I'm finally on the floor of the adit, and you can see some timbers down there with some interesting looking growths on them. And again, by those fingers, here's a look up. See how high the adit was here, although it looks like some stuff might have caved from up there. And it looks like there might have been some gobbing right there. There's a look back. You can barely even see the portal given how much rubble is filled in there. And then looking ahead, you see, well, there's some more timbers to get across here in front of me. And looks like there's some lagging back here. Those are those flat boards right there. And some pipe or something right there. I'll see that in a minute. Ground fall right there in front of us. Again, with some other feature like a bend or something behind this. Ah, that was not a pipe. Oh well. Got a bunch of ground fall right here, as I indicated. Coming up here, you can see where that probably came down from. Up there. Looking in front of us at that feature, I think this is the end. I thought that was a bend, but I think this is the end. That was a lot of work for pretty much nothing if there's nothing back here. You see there's some gobbing there on the right, and here on the left. A bunch of timbers right here. I wonder, and I'll go back there and see if there's not a raise or something, or an ore pass. Might have been dropping material down from. Okay, well, this is the face or the end of the adit, and pretty colors, but absolutely nothing to indicate that they were successful with this one. I thought there might be an ore pass or something back here where they would have been dumping material down from the open pit above, or the surface workings above, and then hauled out through here, but that is not the case, obviously, because this isn't cave. This just wasn't opened up. Better view that gobbing right there. Some of the timbers right here. You can see these are not rotted to the point where you can't still see some of the notches and such that the miners cut into them to fuse them together more solidly. But that would appear to be it, and I'm gonna get the hell out of here and not be sorry to do so. I'm almost out now. That's the portal right there. But as I was making my way out, I noticed this scrap of cloth buried in the rubble here. So those are probably the remains of another mine explorer buried under there that wasn't as fortunate as I am. Some old surface workings here. See, they took a bunch of material out, and small waste rock pile there behind me. There are remains of some old buildings here as well. Those are the walls of whatever this building was, and that seems to be the foundation. And there's others like these sort of scattered across this hillside here. some more pits down there, and you can also see a stone path that went across right there. Those are all stacked rocks right there, and you see the path sort of goes up that way on the right as well. Some of these pits, according to archaeologists, date back to the time of the Etruscans, and for those of you that don't know, the Etruscans were here before the Romans. So I'm not saying this one is, but some of these here on this hill are thousands of years old, which is pretty interesting. And by thousands of years, I mean pre-Roman thousands of years, so many thousands of years. Of course, with the brush and such, it's kind of hard to pick all of them out.